From Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado, it's the 7th annual Rugby Town Sevens. Hello and welcome to Rugby Town, USA for the second day of a tournament that has already delivered some extraordinary Sevens action with lots more on tap today. I'm Dallin Stanford alongside Eagle legend Brian Visit. And Viz, yesterday was a thrill ride right from the start.
Oh, it certainly was. It just got better as the day wore on. By the end of the night, the crowd was on their feet. It was exciting rugby, and we're going to see more of that today. Let's take a look at Pool A. That's the military division. The United States Army, they're 2-0. They look really good. They're going to meet Air Force in the final. They play each other in the last round of pool play. That'll be a big game.
Switching over to Pool B, well, the Collegiate All-Americans have been full value. And then, of course, don't forget the Denver side, the home team. They're going to have a big clash with the Sacramento Eagles to finish off that pool.
And looking at Pool C, Tiger Rugby looks really good at 3-0. It's a big game coming up today, though. Dark and Stormy Misfits versus Loma Viti Rugby Club. Both those two teams are fighting for that second place position in that pool.
Pool D, the pool of death. British Army Jester. The clash today will be determined who'll go first. Both unbeaten so far. It is going to be a battlefield. But right now, we're switching our action to match one on day two. It's the Coast Guard against the Army. The Army 2-0 so far. And this is the package that the referees are watching in.
Well, they certainly are. One of the things they're really looking on is the intentional knock-on. There's no hesitation throwing out the yellow card. We've seen that on a number of occasions, especially early on. Here's another one right here. Khalil Harrison, the referee, no hesitation pulling out that yellow card. And another area they're looking for is just throwing the ball away, delaying the game. It's ill-disciplined by the teams. We saw that early on quite a bit as well. Here it is, just a little pitch like that. That doesn't take much to get that yellow card. Bermuda guilty of it there. And then we're going to see it again later on against in the Southern California match. Again, just ill-disciplined. The teams cannot afford to do that today. As the day wore on, we saw less and less of this. So I think both teams, or all the teams, are learning. And another thing they're really watching out for, of course, is the safety. The head-high hits. There is a penalty try. Golf would have scored that try. They awarded the penalty try. And then late in the day, one of the last games was the United States Collegiate All-Americans, the high tackle right here again against the Denver Selects, another penalty try. So all the referees are looking for that. The teams have to be aware of that. And like I said, as the day wore on, we saw less and less of that.
So the Army side, 2-0. They beat the Navy 43-14, the Marines 32-0. The Coast Guard took out Navy 17-14, then lost the next two on the trot. This one is ready to go. Ian Seaton, the referee for this clash. Receiving this on the left of your screen will be the Coast Guard, but Blair has other ideas. Melendez Rivera for the US Army take possession. They're in black right now. Quick ball there from Falanico Spino. Bunny Barlow, ball behind, but still okay. US Army side dominated this Pool A. Wellmers, and then cuts back in beautifully. Does Will Holder. Still they take it with John Cullen. Big John Cullen, such a brace of forward. First receiver there is Wellmers. Spino spots a gap, cuts back in. Goes on himself. Plays in quick support. Blair at first receiver, now it's Wellmers. They go to the right-hand side, Bunny Barlow, and Cullen will get the first score on day two. It took 36 seconds, and the US Army are not messing around.
I saw coaches Mark Druon and Nick Punamato last night for this Army team. They weren't really pleased with the way the team played in the first day, even though they were 2-0 with some comfortable wins. They thought a lot of players were doing too much on their own, and this was a well-worked team try out to John Cullen, who finished it off. And that's how you wanted to start. I think there's probably a little more of a smile on their face now.
10.
Let's take a look at some of these Army teams. Again, John Cullen was a big battering ram. Mati Tago, really good, following up Cuspino as well in that back line. They teamed well with Will Holder in that number 10 jersey. We didn't see Anthony Wellmers at all yesterday. We didn't know if we would today. It's good to see him out on the field today. And Coast Guard, Keith Sweetness Wilkins and Eric Gekas, a couple of big forwards doing a lot of work. And Vinkovic is a speed out wide.
Coast Guard coached by Sean Lindersmith, well known in rugby circles around the globe. This kick is out on the full, or did it bounce? Bounced once, so it's out on the full, so it's going to be a chance here for the Coast Guard with a penalty at the halfway mark.
Yeah, just a little bit too much leg on that kick.
Coast Guard side, such wonderful characters in the team. A lot of chemistry. They stick together. Good little ball there from Rosati. And now it's Jethro Hauser. He's their playmaker. They go to the right-hand side. This one is a little bit of a loose ball there from Alex Vinkovic, so Pat Blair can pick this up. The capped Eagle Sevens player. 15's star as well, the San Diego Legion. Can play all over the plot. Melendez Rivera comes in to help out. Now Bunny Barlow goes to the right, Cullen, and they've got numbers here. Big wide ball there from Holder. There's a good one, and Then it's a loose ball there. The little flick there from Anthony Welmers.
Yeah, this will be like it's Welmer's first game. These other two, all the other teams and the players had a chance to work out those cobwebs yesterday. You can see Welmer's that first pass.
Make sure it goes
an
5
errant
meters.
one from him.
He's actually left the field now, Anthony Welmers, so he's not in good shape. It's not a good side at all, the 25-year-old.
Excuse me. Yeah, time's off.
Well, maybe
Watch
that
it off
is
for a
his.
second.
Maybe they just gave it a shot.
Okay, let's
Couldn't
back up
do it.
then. Yes.
Thought better for the team. But Anthony Welmer's a Grand Rapids, Michigan boy. Gotta love those guys.
Coast Guard go to the front. Good line out. Well worked. They keep it alive. Keith Wilkins, Sweetness, was involved there, and then big tackles as well from the Army. Now, Jethro Hauser goes to midfield. Coast Guard trying to get a bit of space. Not much happening. Lofted ball. Vinkovic off the knee. And then eventually knocked it on.
Orange, you said?
Very awkward.
Yeah, that's a real mess outside. Novinkovic never really got a good pass to handle, and then it was bobbling at his feet. Good defense by Mikey Melendez-Rivera, I think it was. Yeah, that's a big loss. Anthony Welmer is one of the key players. So is Cody Melfi, who we didn't see at all yesterday as well. As you see that ball bundling around, and it's going to be put into Army. Melfi got hurt in training. Big
Crouch.
John Cullen took care of him. We've seen
Bind.
Cullen knock opponents
Set.
around, but he also knocked his teammate out of action this weekend.
Certainly is massive indeed. And they go to the line. Banivala, good set piece move. Melendez Rivera's on the outside. Magic Mike is his known. Cuts back in. Mike Melendez Rivera, born in Puerto Rico, stationed in Alaska, and now dominating here in Glendale.
Yeah, I really like the start of that play. You talked about Dallin, that well-worked try. Good set play. That really opened things out wide, created that 2-on-1. Watch this little loop around right here. Then the missed pass goes all the way outside. Will Holder, a great
15,
playmaker at that fly half position, made things easy for Melendez Rivera.
Kick is unsuccessful. 12-0 the score. 4 minutes gone in this first pool clash. But just wonderful masterclass to set things up.
Yeah, I really like Will Holder. I mean, at 15s and 7s, he's just such a cool head out there. A big man. He's got some pretty good speed for a big guy, but just a really good playmaker, a solid rugby player.
Imosi Banibola, originally from Fiji, kicks down here to Jethro Hauser. He's left that Rambo headgear of his. I think he might need it. Gave him a bit of spark on day one. So looping around there. Wilkins is the one that provided the offload.
Advantage orange.
Big fall there. Matty Targo's come on. And he's put in a big, strong tackle. He's a solid unit as well.
Yeah, Marty Tago. Again, we talked about it yesterday. The consistency of this Army team, it seems like the same players year in and year out. They might put a new guy like Cody Melfi in this year, but again, most of these guys have been playing on this Army squad for a number of years. Andrew Locke, the only guy missing, got out of the Army. That's why he's not here.
John Curtis goes to the right-hand side. Jethro Hauser slips, keeps it away here. Now the Coast Guard have an opportunity. Better speed here as they come up the middle. Great strong carry there from Matthew McDaniels. I like the look of McDaniels.
Advantage.
And that off their feet eventually.
Holding on.
Blair got the steal, and then holding on is the eventual call there from Seaton.
Boy, Pat Blair, he just continues to put the work in. Whenever there's something dirty happening for this Army team, he's usually in the middle of it.
And here goes Holder, straight up. The rec route gets the offload to Blair. Blair sniping away. Look at this man go. Pat Blair, numbers are plenty. Throws the dummy himself. It's Pat Blair and Holder combining for a great third try.
No, it was their penalty. They take points they won.
Pat Blair, usually the table setter, able to do well this time, keeping ball in hand. He had options on either side, but that nice little dummy at about the 5-meter line gave him that little bit of space. There's the quick tap by Holder. Again, good heads-up play. Coast Guard
15.
weren't back, and he able to offload that ball to Pat Blair. Now look at the support on either side of him. He has his options. Just shows that little dummy out wide, cuts back inside. So a nice team try again by Army. Good conversion as well. So 19-0 in favor of Army.
Fine form indeed. This Army side established in 2012. And Will Holder leaving the field right now. Just going on the halfway line there, but they're really a benefit
Watch
from the
off.
WCAP
Guys, give me a
program.
second.
So many Eagles in their side as well. And you get a chance to train full-time, be a professional rugby player. It really shows you this program. 5-year champions in 5 years.
Yeah, and Matthew McDaniel is one of the guys you just talked about for Coast Guard. You know, one of their top playmakers. Looks like he's limping off. Hopefully his weekend's not over.
Vanivala chooses to go to the right-hand side. Targo just gets that swinging arm in. And he's forced to knock
by
on.
orange, then by black.
Yeah, that was a swinging arm. Got to be careful. Make sure he hits ball on that. Army has done really well on their set pieces.
Watch that weak side, John.
Good, consistent
play,
ball
guys.
back.
Let's play.
Last play of the first half.
Crouch.
19-0 the score so far.
Bind.
Match 1 here at Infinity Park
Set.
on day 2. Vanivala gets it out to Holder. In the middle they go. Falanika Spino takes it to the line. Good carry. And now Magic Mike on the outside. Melendez Rivera gets the fan. The support is there, but it's been knocked on. Coast Guard have a chance here. Oh, wonderful skills off the deck. This one then goes forward in the end, but some enterprising skill from both sides, and that will bring the end to the first half. 19-0 in favor of the US Army against the Coast Guard.
Rugby Town Sevens is brought to you by Alpha Graphics, print and marketing solutions that get noticed and get business. Rugby Town Sevens is brought to you by Alpha Graphics, print and marketing solutions that get noticed and get business.
We would get back to the strengths that we do well. Okay? 19-0 isn't nothing, fellas. No. If you're putting the effort out all together as a 7. All right? So let's go back out there. Let's get the ball in hand. Let's not get too carried away before we start getting momentum. All right?
Get deep.
Yeah, Dustin's out. Let's go, Kellum. You're going to go to 10, center. I think you're going to win. All right. Yeah? Here we go, boys. Stay ready. Let's go, boys. Hey, Coach Sean here.
That was Sean Lindersmith, coach of this Navy squad. He said, we just got to play a 7. We can't get too panicky out there. And, you know, he didn't show much panic, but Army showed a lot of confidence in their build up to this game. John Cullen again scores in the first minute of play. And Coast Guard's going to need to play as a 7-man unit in order to stop this Army attack. It was that nice Melendez Rivera cut back inside for try number 2 for Army. And then Pat Blair, one of the workhorses for this Army squad, he and Will Holder combined on this little quick tap penalty. Pat Blair had support on either side, threw the little dummy out wide. That cut back inside to score Army's 3rd try. So really good half, I thought, by this Army team. Nothing too flashy, but just consistent hard rugby that they've done throughout these last 5 years.
Second half about to go here. It's the US Coast Guard in screen on the right. Mentioned they beat the Navy yesterday in a thrilling finish 17-14. Then they lost to the Air Force 33-21 and the Marines 17-14. They're down by 19 points against the US Army, who received this in black, and it's Pat Blair, the experienced veteran that has a crack himself. Blair's such a versatile player. The first penalty as well, and Targo wants to go quickly. Matty Targo's not on the mark though.
Run sideline. No, touch it.
And I like the strategy down. Army knows they're going to win this game, or they have confidence they're going to win this game. Just want to take some time off the clock. They know they're guaranteed a spot in the final. They're just continue to just play really smart rugby. There was the penalty coming in from the side, so they set this line out up. They've been really good in this department as well.
On the flag.
Yeah, don't forget the 4 pools of 5 teams, and all the armed forces are together in Pool A. And after they finish their final, whoever top 2 will make their final, the Armed Forces Championship, they'll join the rest of the teams in the quarterfinals. A great take there from Blair, and here they go, Holder. Now he's got Spino, Falanika Spino, very impressed with his play. Sets up with Melendez Rivera, goes in, he goes out. Magic Mike, well swarmed by the Coast Guard defense. So Vanivala rips it away, and Blair at full speed. Targo scoops it up off the bootstraps. Matty Targo, little flick at it, Cullen, like he did in the first half. It's John Cullen in the corner in the second.
Another great start. And again, this took just about a minute and a half to get the first try of the second half. Great pickup there by Matty Targo. And look at the little flip here. Committed those last 2 players, and John Cullen, good support again by the big man. Been very impressed with his play throughout the weekend so far.
10 seconds.
He started the game with a try in 30 seconds, a minute and a half into the second half. He keeps Army on that front foot.
Sideline conversion. The strike will go underneath. It'll remain 24-0, but John Cullen really has been a special player over the years. From the University of Utah, he says Nate Conkey is his animal spirit. Of course, Nate Conkey, remember from years gone by, King Conkey, as he's famously known here at Rugby Town Sevens. And what a servant he's been on and off the field. Options left and right here for Bonivolo. Some teams stack one side, but not the Army, giving Blair an option to come in there, and good take there from Eric Gekis. He's knocked it on though after that offload.
Coach Lindersmith said, let's not panic in this second half there. You just saw a little bit of panic by this Coast Guard team.
Sorry, too.
Oh no, just getting all that that nice mountain air in my lungs.
Great kickoff, boys. Cody just was screening the number, right? Oh, here we go.
Crouch.
Dakota Worth on the field for the Army, wearing 7. He's the center position. Reyes on the wing as well.
On the ground.
It's good pressure there at scrum time from the Coast Guard.
Yeah, good pressure in that scrum. Bonivolo could not handle that cleanly. Good call by the referee too as well for that little knock on.
Crouch.
There, just got caught up. He tried to drag it back. Could not do so. Now put into the Coast Guard. John
Try to
Curtis
keep the gap, all right?
wearing that 10 jersey.
Yes. You close the gap. You close the gap. Just go down and scrum. Crouch.
Could be a penalty here if this continues. So John Curtis to feed man Warren Montana. Now comes out. He goes to the blind side. Nothing much there. Pulls it back in, and difficult ball to take for Jethro Howes. He does well though. Does Rambo. Flicks it up. They keep it alive, and ducking down there is Daniel Kellum. Giveaway penalty, so they go quickly, and here we go. Tap and go Dakota Worth. Worth is the one that got the turnover. Goes for the line. He gets the try as well. Dakota Worth involved both sides of the ball.
Boy, it even started before that steal because he came up so fast. I thought he was going to pick that initial pass off. But it's a great turnover here. Look how he gets over this ball. Just poaches that ball brilliantly. That quick tap penalty. Didn't think he was going to get in. It looked like a couple of Coast Guard defenders were going to be able to keep him out, but the squirming Dakota Worth dotted down for the 5th try for Army.
Take a look at Nick Ponimata, long-time servant of this Army program. They're stationed in Camp Williams in Utah. Mark Drown, he spent a year with the Fiji national sevens team on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Wonderful experience he had at that tournament. The World Cup, the last one he was at. Vinkovic goes back to collect this. Vinkovic brings it out, so he's got to play it now. Rosati, little half cap for him, looking for that inside runner.
Hands off!
And the Coast Guard will get a penalty inside their 22. Vinkovic taps and goes quickly. He's got Hauser with him, Jethro Hauser now. Great acceleration into the gap. Hauser stripped though in the tackle. Bonivolo was knocked on, so Army take possession. Now they go to the far side. Zach Farah on the field. Running there is Aaron Redder. Redder cuts in. Look at Redder go. 3 players with him. Finally lays it down. Army must have numbers now on the right-hand side. Advantage there. Holder still on the field. Gets the loop around. Worth scored 1 already. Bonivolo. He's trapped, so they're going to come back to the original penalty.
So another really good defensive play by Dakota Worth just prior to that they gave Army possession. He was really solid in the tackle. It was on Jethro Hauser that created that turnover. That's why Army's down here. And again, down, I like the strategy. Just under a minute left in this contest. Just kick the touch, take your time. You're in really good shape. Army's put a lot of points on the board so far. 43 in their first game against Navy, 32 in their shutout victory against the Marines. 31-0 right now, so they have really done well. Let's take another look at that ball. Redder's going in. There's off the feet. I think it was a call.
Guys, come in.
So last play of this first match on day 2. Bonivolo to Cullen. Cullen 2 tries already in this game. Holder in midfield, just the vital cog in the works. As Dakota Worth steps in. Hauser tries to get him. Worth, he's beat 3 players to the line, scores underneath the poles. And Dakota Worth has 2 tries in the second half, and a very convincing victory here for the US Army.
Yeah, just a really solid performance. I think Mark Drown and Nick Punamata have to be a little bit more happier with this performance. Good team effort.
This game, so you have 50 seconds.
I'm sure they'll find something to fault, but Dakota Worth, when he came in, he scored 2 quick tries, made a couple of really good defensive plays as well. So good, solid effort from him, and the bench is so important in these sevens tournaments.
Kick is successful as well. That brings the final whistle. 38-0. The US Army trot on here in the pool stages. They defeat the Coast Guard, who have yet to score on day 2.
Thank you for your help. Cheers.